Hey, how y'all doing out there today? Welcome if you are new to the channel, welcome back. If you have been here before, y'all know what we like to do. Talk to me in the comments. I hope everybody having a beautiful Sunday. It's a rather rainy Sunday here. So I'm gonna try to make this a good time, not a long time, because I don't know what this weather doing, and I don't need no interruptions from the internet. Okay, plus I got to get over there to Bravo so I could watch them Potomac ladies and see if they're gonna show us some more sweet tea and Arnold Palmer, her sister. But with that being said, let me see who we have in the building. Hey, Jesse, how are you? Hey, Q, my love, how are you? Hey, my beautiful Kimmy Nicole. Hey, my good sis, California cutie. Can't wait to see you this weekend. Hey, Cleopatra Pender, how are you? Hey, DeQuasia, how are you? Hey, Pacino Rules, how are you? I hope everybody's doing well today. Hey, Chiquita Benning, how are you? Or you've been waiting for my reviews. Girl, I just did Potomac and I put Potomac up, I think that was either Thursday or Friday, and we're gonna do 1 and 2 of Married to Medicine tomorrow. I plan on doing that pre-recorded, but if y'all would prefer to have that live, let me know and I'll schedule it tonight for tomorrow night. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. Hey Brittany Janae, how are you? Hey Monique King, one of my favorite trolls. How are you? Hey Melissa, how are you, my love? So let's go ahead and get on into it. Y'all, this episode really didn't give much, but it gave what needed to be gave for me. Cause baby, see now and her family, girl, I could have watched me about 45 more minutes of them. But we gonna talk about it when we get to that scene. And so the episode opens up with Nell and Nutcracker. And yes, I call Chris the Nutcracker because that's what his reunion suit uh remind me of. Like a black nutcracker. I don't mean it in a bad way. He looked good in this little suit, but that's what he was given. But anyway, they out there on the little dance floor, two-stepping. And at first I was like, child, what the rest of the people in this little club? But then again, it's TV, so I guess they won't pay them people to have their face shown on a TV or whatever like that. So, it is what it is, what it is. So they do their little 1-2. I'm like, all right, come on now. Sitting down trying to give Tina Turner vibes. So they go back to the little table and they got their little dinner and stuff, their little drinks, they eating and talking. And Nell lets him know that Martel stopped by and they was talking and it got a little heated around there to their house and how he talked to her. And he wanted her to take sides. And then they switch back to the scene of Martel telling Fletcher that somebody needs to take sides because the people who for her are 100% against him. And I'm like, Martel, get out of high school, sir. Don't nobody have to take sides. Them people was both of y'all friends. They met both of y'all at the same time. And even if they knew you first and became friends with her, don't nobody have to take sides and not like Melody because you divorced her. Well, because she divorced you. Because she ain't want to put up with your bull crap and take care of your side baby and be paying child support to another woman. You was already taking money out the household to provide for that woman in her lifestyle. So she said, get over it. Don't nobody have to take no sides. And Chris was like, oh, I'm going to have to talk to him about talking to my wife like that. But now, girl, you messy. Girl, you that messy old lady that live up the street that all the people like to talk to because she know all the neighborhood mess. She going to give you all the tea and she going to put her own little spin on it. Because, ma'am, what we saw on the TV was you bring up that name change to Martel. We didn't see Martel bring that up to you now. So you started that conversation. You should have took that wine and let him go. Let him go about his business. You started that conversation now. So for you to sit up there and be talking to Chris, talking about, yeah, because I didn't like how he took by my house and he talked. Now, he ain't had to be screaming like that at you at your house. But you should have told him you're going to get from it from my goddamn gondo standing up here talking to me like you done lost your mind hollering at me. Take the caps lock off your tone when you're talking to me, especially in front of my house. That's what you should have told him. But you shouldn't have started that conversation. You brought that up to that man, and we all know how that man is or whatever about about Melody and what she doing and what she be having going on. He a ticking time bomb, and you wanted to set him off, and that's exactly what you did, set him off. Now you want to go run into Chris for a problem that you created. when all you had to do was take the wine and say thank you, go put it in your house. But ultimately, he don't have no right to feel no type of way about her changing her name. It just say, hey, just simply, how are you? Hey, Treasury, how are you? How are you guys? The Fletchers have stood firm. They are not taking sides, and they don't have to. That's childish. If a person ain't did me nothing, I don't have to stop talking to them because y'all into it. Y'all into it. That don't have nothing to do with me. I'm long as I don't bring mess that they said back to you or you said back to them, and I'm not participating in no messy conversations with either one of y'all about the other one, then child, that don't have nothing to do with me. Y'all business is y'all business. Y'all not together. Y'all beefed out, not me. So I don't have to get into it. So next we see, I believe it was Stormi and Tiffany. Lord, sitting up, baby. Every time I see Tiffany in a confessional, all I think about is Communion Sunday and Pastor's anniversary combined, because that's what she be giving. Y'all know when the deaconesses be trying to show out and outdo each other in their suits, and they wear their big old chains and they fancy hats. Some of them have the hats, the matching gloves, shoes, and purse. Every time I see Tiffany, that's what I think about. But we see them and they shopping in what looks like to be a little home decor store, okay? And she's Tiff talking about she getting people gifts from who came to her sip and see and to see the baby and all of that stuff or whatever, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. So they start talking about what was going on with the barbecue and how it was a lot. And Stormy says, Tiffany, look, girl, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Now, y'all know I be improvising, so she didn't say that exactly. But she was like, girl, with you and Kiki, the beef really ain't the beef, and you be throwing shade. And Tiffany was like, what? Me? Not it was seriously? Oh my God, I can't believe it. And I'm like, Tiffany girl, why are we sitting up here acting surprised? That has been all you done all season was stir the pot. And you have had a hold on for Kiki for a reason that I don't even understand. Like at the end of the day, everybody family ain't what everybody family is. And if you have values like that of what a family is or what it should be, and I think your opinion of Kiki and how that relationship should go is based on your lack of a family. Now I ain't making fun of that, but I'm just saying you have an ideal of what family and cousins are supposed to be based on, you not having your real ones or whatever. But I personally think the family that had you, that adopted you, that's your family. And you know how families work. Not all families are lovey-dovey. So you not liking Kiki based off of what you have talked to Tisha about, of what you've seen. You don't know their story from the beginning. They issues are deeply rooted beyond this show, beyond Kiki coming on this show. They've been having issues, and that's something that they both can agree on, that they both have said. When I was younger, she been doing this to me, she been doing this to me. So in my mind, ain't one, that's some deep rooted family issues that they're gonna need some intense therapy on and do work on if they want to do the work. But you sitting up here want to act all surprised. You done had a hard on for this girl since the beginning of the show. You've been coming for this girl since the beginning of the show. And then when she come back at you, you want to act like she all gutter butt and is that and the third. And Stormy was right. That interview with Carlos King, and you're like, messy is nothing new for Tiffany. Okay. So if messy is nothing new for Tiffany, why is Tiffany sitting up here in this scene acting confused when she gets called out on saying mess? Stop playing with me and stop playing in my face, Tiffany. And when Stormy told you, look, you were sitting in that interview acting like Kiki is beneath you. Like, I was surprised. Like, that took me back. And she was like, what? No, I didn't mean it like that, girl. But that's how you said it. And you reference her like that every time. But yet you're sitting in the confessional like it is 1972 between the 80s, 70s, and the 90s with that blue eyeshadow in the corner of your eye. Like that matches anything remotely to your makeup, to your outfit. But you sit up here and you act like that girl is so far beneath you. Now, if you want to say, listen, how she moving, how she rock, just don't vibe with me. So therefore, I'm gonna keep it cute and say, hey girl, how you doing? And keep it moving. That's cool. Everybody ain't meant to be friends, and everybody don't have to like nobody, but you don't have to put somebody down to make yourself feel better. You don't have to hop on everything that she does. It got to be in your mouth. And then Stormy was like, well, girl, what you said about that movie? She was like, what? I don't remember saying anything about that move. I wish people would stop the lies. And I'm thinking to myself, girl, you need to stop the lies, because you definitely said the way you responded and answered told me that you was around there talking about them people and moving and how they gonna move over there. You probably said how they can afford to move over there and this, that, and the third. Is her son coming to that school a threat to your son? I mean, now if he a threat to your son and gonna take a spotlight off of your son, girl, then do what you gotta do. Say he don't live over here. If that's gonna stop your baby from getting scholarships, but if it ain't gonna do nothing to you, girl, mind your business. But before that, let me back up, because Tiffany had said, did you talk to Kiki about talking with me, or is this Stormy stirring up hot? Baby, the look on Stormy's face said, I slapped the side of you. Stop playing with me. Stormy was like, don't do that. Don't do that. We all know what that don't do that was. The girl, don't even play with me like that. Girl, don't even try me like that. In front of these cameras, in front of these good people that work in this store, and in front of this good furniture, this good dishes, because girl, you could go through. Don't ever in your life think you could play with me like that on no level, Tiffany. Like, that's what that look said to me. So she was like, come on, let's go sit down, because the energy changed. But you could tell the energy changed, because Stormy went from, being nice in the cameras to, girl, girl, I'm about to lay hands on you, and this not Sunday, and we not in front of Ulta, and I don't have nobody's Earl on my hands. Stop playing with me. So Stormy had to ask her, why you said that? Because I ain't never got to stir no pot. Why you said that? And she's like, I'm just asking because you talked to Kiki. So it's one-sided. It's one-sided. And listen, I had a conversation with her, and we are having a conversation now. So how is that one-sided? But you, instead of you owning up to the things you said, you want to act surprised. You want to act like you didn't have nothing to say when you had a whole bunch to say. So then Stormy was like, and Kiki told me that you said something about my products. And she was like, I've never said anything about your products. I'm out of 2, and I just used one on whoever name that she said hair. I'm like, girl, okay, you might have used them products. Everybody used the free products, but I don't know if Tiffany was talking about Stormy products or not. I don't want to think Kiki will lie about something so simple as some hair products. Now, she could have said she don't like them, she don't like the way her hair feel or whatever, but I don't know if I believe she was just dogging her business. And Tiffany seemed like one of those people that look at all the ingredients on stuff, and I don't want to say that she maybe said it was bad ingredients. She might have said, oh, this chemical is not healthy for the outside, or this is used made with pesticides, or you know how those type of people be. Not saying nothing wrong with those people, but I could see Tiffany being one of those people. I don't think she would purposely try to just dog Stormy items, but I don't know. But I do know this: colors, we don't need a bag. We don't need a bag. I mean, what is Tiffany purpose? What is this Tiffany purpose? Like, she had a baby. We know Lou is gone working. I wonder if Lou really gone working like that, or if Lou really didn't want to come back and do this show. That's what I wonder. I think Lou didn't want to come back and really do this show. Not saying that he ain't working, but I just feel like, child, he didn't want to come back and do the show like that. But anyway, that was the end of this scene. It wasn't really nothing. Next, we move on to Mel's name changing ceremony. Now, y'all, when I saw that, I said, oh, this is extra. Baby, Mel was extra. The ceremony was extra, girl. But I'm here for it. Like, whatever you got to do to celebrate your happiness, to celebrate your freedom when you get out of a toxic situation, honey, you do it. But baby, when I saw the orchestra, I said, baby, I don't think Mel would have did this any other way. If we was expecting to see a DJ, child, we wasn't gonna see it. Okay, now they might have had somebody playing some music what we didn't see that was on camera, but I know it. Like, girl, and then when she was talking to her cousins, she said, cousins. I say, this is the most polite cousins I have ever heard. Y'all, I have to admit, and we're gonna talk about the ceremony, but that part right there, I gotta get it off my chest, y'all. I was taken aback. I said, not cousins. That was the most polite cousin I ever heard in my life. You hear me? When I say you the most polite cousin, girl, when I see my cousins, I be like, cousin. They be like, cousin. I got one cousin. Her name is Dee Dee. And baby, I thought for the longest her name was cousin because she could be 30 blocks away. She gonna spot you and be like, cousin. We all know that that's her. And now your head is on a swivel to figure out which direction she is calling you from. Even when I'm talking to my aunties, it's like, don't play with my cousin. Don't do my cousin. I'm about to call my cousin and tell my cousin. Why? Because that's my cousin. We all have that one cousin that we sit at the family gatherings with and we look at them and then look at the phone and then look at them. They know to check their phone because y'all talking about somebody at the family event. That's just my family. Y'all ain't got to comment. I don't give a damn. But that's what me and my cousins do. It is very much a loud cousin. It be energy. I mean, that was, I don't expect nothing else from Mel, but when I go home for the holidays, I'm gonna say, hey cousins. Girl, they gonna look at me like something wrong with me. I'm gonna pull a Mel. I'm gonna say, hey cousins. Y'all, that was so proper to me. I don't know why that tickled my soul like that. But it did. But let's go ahead and get back to the ceremony, y'all. So Mel comes a walking down the aisle. I say, baby, come on, remarry yourself, okay? Remarry yourself in your name. Take it back, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Come on, cousin. Y'all already know. Haha, I thought it was just my family. No, no, it ain't just your family. It's all our families. That's like, cousin. I'm just, girl, that's when I see my cousins, I be, baby, we about to have a good time because that's my cousin. Don't play with my cousin. I even have a cousin I call cousin wife. That's the one I be giving that signal to check their phone. Oh, we sit next to each other, act like she got a piece of ham, I got a piece of turkey, like we eating, but we be gossiping. But anyway, so Mel walks up to her song, Take Me Back, and it's real soft and sweet and cute or whatever. Right up the road for Mel. And the type of song she likes to make with her voice. But anyway, then she says the vows to herself, and then Mama Van comes up and she makes a speech, and people are crying, and I'm like, was anything said that we just not seeing? Because why y'all crying? But then I'm like, maybe the people who crying is like her real close friends and family, and they knew what she was going through outside of what we know, because what we know is enough to make anybody cry. So they all mingling, and she's talking to her uncle, and Mel looks good, child. She looks good in her dress. Okay. Baby, in that dress she had on, they couldn't be backing that thing up. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't be chopper styling up in there in that dress. So I understand. So Miss Nell come with her messy boots Nell, the old messy lady in the neighborhood. Her house always in the middle of the block. So she can see to the left and to the right, across the street and around the corner. Okay, that is Mel. The messy neighbor, the messy old lady in the block, they know everything. That always say, come here, baby. Now let me tell you. Don't go around that corner here. Tell your mom and them I say, hey, when you pass back this way when you go to the store, I want you to give me some juice for her. And tell your mama call me. I got to tell her about Carol. Yeah. She was coming out Miss Ann's house again. Girl, while she was at work, Ann gonna come home one day and catch him. Tell your mama call me. That is Miss Nell. You hear me? She is that old lady that know everybody business in the block. So she pulls Mel to the side and she was like, well, I saw Martel and he asked me about the name change. And I'm like, girl, that ain't how we saw that now. That ain't how we saw that, girl. We saw you mention that name change to set that man off. But I digress. She said, and he was upset. And he said that was sacred. And he gave you that name. And Mel said, he gave me that name? And did I have a name before I knew him? Okay, before I was like, come on, I'm here for it, Mel. Baby, you gave it to me and I'm giving it back. Wrapped in a bow. Signed, sealed, and unblemished. Matter of fact, I made your name ring bells in the street. Be grateful. I gave your name back with a little weight on it. Be grateful. Take it back. And now don't diminish what I've made it to be. But I'm going back to my name and make my name ring bells in the street. But it already is, because I was Melody before I was ever a Hope. I was always Melody. I was like, come on, Mel. You better let them know. You better let them know. I mean, now she ain't said all that about tying his name up in a bow and made it look better. But that's just, if she would have said it, it would have been true. It wouldn't have been no lies told. It wouldn't have been no lies told. And if you so happy and you moving on and you and your baby mama round there down there to the H&M shopping and stuff for the churn, give her the name. You want somebody to have it, give it to the leftovers. She'll gladly take it. She want it. What you mad for? If you are healed, beloved. Mel said, Miss Nell. And she was like, because he was saying I should ask you about your infidelities. And Mel was like, he's lying. He's lying. His spirit isn't here. His energy isn't here. We're not going to have the spirit of division amongst women. I am here to celebrate my future, and you are here to help me do that. Now let's go do that. I was like, if that is not the classiest way to check a bitch, I don't know what is. In other words, girl, I am here to celebrate moving on from that chapter, and that's what you're here to do, and that's what we're about to do. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about him, and why you even bringing that up down here to my party. And Mel was high key right. But production say go ahead and pull it to the side. Go ahead and pull it to the side and bring it up so we can get us a moment. But Mel was like, not at my ceremony. Baby, did you see my invitations? Nah, we're not about to get me out of character. Did you see my orchestra sitting up there playing the violins? Did you see the drapery over my window so y'all can't see in my house what I don't want y'all to see? Did you not see the long banquet table sitting out like the kings and the queens used to eat back in the day? Yeah, not at my event. Try it again. Y'all not about to get me upset on this camera about no Martel Hope being mad because I gave him his tragic name back. If it meant so much for me to have it, he should have did right to make sure I kept it. But since he didn't do that, I'm returning it. Peace be on your journey. I have nothing left for you. I mean, minus the kids station. We're not about to discuss that here. And I was okay with it. And then we get down to Nell and Fletcher. Girl. Nell and Fletcher down to the family dinner, and they start explaining about their family, and Nell say, I don't consider it, no blended family, because basically we've been together since the beginning. And I'm like, okay, now explain it to us. Chris had a daughter, Nell had a son, and then they had 2 children together. And somewhere along the line, she partook in raising her niece, and so the niece called Chris Uncle Daddy. Okay, so they all get to talking, and Nell was like, this is my niece, I had to fire her, this, then, the third. And I'm like, well, Nell, girl, why you fired her? Why you fired her? And then she was like, oh, I heard, do you have a job? And she was like, yeah, I got a job. And she was like, well, why did I have to hear from Chris that you ain't have no job? Why did you lose that job? And the girl was like, I ain't have adequate childcare. And I'm like, girl, don't Nell have a nursery? Nell don't be at work at that nursery. Girl, if he Uncle Daddy, she auntie mama, go drop that baby off down to the nursery and sit in her lap and say, I got to go. You fire me, I got to get another job. But she ain't had no child care. So she was like, why I had to hear from Fletcher from Chris before I had to hear from you? And she was like, because it's easier to go to him. I want to have the situation before I came to you because I didn't want to hear your mouth. And I'm like, ooh. Baby Nell got her plate and said, come on, let's go sit down. Come on, let's go sit down and talk about it because I want to hear how all y'all feel. When that girl said, I didn't want to hear your mouth, it made me feel like, you know what, Nell, you are not the person that they come and talk to. So we see Nell and Fletcher in the the confessional. I'm getting all tongue tied. And she was like, the kids prefer to talk to Chris more than they prefer to talk to her. And I'm like, one, Chris probably made it an environment conducive for them to want to talk to him. Like, let's be clear. If I know I've got to hear a speech from you and I'm not in the mood to hear no speech, I'm not about to come talk to you and tell you nothing. I'm gonna come talk to the person who's gonna let me get it off my chest and give me advice in a nice, smooth way. Not all the time do I need to hear fussing. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, listen, I may be your child, but I'm not a child. I'm grown. So if I come to you and vent to you, even if you have to put me in my place and tell me I did something wrong, handle me like I'm an adult. Don't talk to me like I'm a child that you're scolding. And understand, when you give me advice, it is for me to take that into consideration. However, if I see another point where I can take something and do something else, or if I ask you your opinion on something, don't mean that because I don't take it, you just have the right to have an attitude and cut me off. And that's what Nell gives. Nell gives, if they don't do what she want to do, then she have an attitude or whatever. But I also feel like Nell ain't the one that's gonna sugarcoat and bullshit with me than Chris will. That's what I feel like. I feel like Nell gonna tell them how it is, and she gonna make them earn what they do. If she do something for them, they grown, they gonna have to pay it back. And Chris, I feel like they can go and talk to, and he ain't gonna tell them. He ain't gonna be stern with them. He might not even give them the real. He might just, give them some round the way talk, and then help them out with the situation instead of making them work for a situation or helping them come to a conclusion on how to fix whatever situation or issue it is they may be. So they sitting down to the table, right, and Nell gets with it, and you know what I'm saying? She was like, what you call him? Cousin, daddy cousin. She, and the girl was like, uncle cousin, uncle daddy. Or whatever. Hey, Norris, my boo, how are you? Miss Nell was out of control. Yes, she was, but I loved it. It was good TV. I was living for this scene. Hey, cousin. Yes, I was. Q. I definitely was. So they started to talk about the son. They said, the son had got locked up or whatever. They had to go get the dog. They had to spend $3,600 on a dog or something like that. I know it was 3,000 something on a dog. I'm like, girl, what was wrong with the dog? Like, what? $3,600? What was wrong with the dog? Then, of course, that's their son. They're gonna go bail him out or whatever. That was another $6,000 or whatever that was to bail him out. So we're looking at a total, by the time you add the six, whatever it was, and the three, whatever it was, over $10,000 they done spent between getting the son out of jail and getting the dog, whatever the dog needed. On top of they probably paying for the lawyer. But anyway, I digress. So she was like, you used to call me a lot. I used to talk to you a lot, but I don't talk to you no more. He was like, yeah, that's because you kept my dogs. And she was like, you owe us money. And I said, now, is you holding your son's dog for ransom for payment? Not you holding the dogs for payment. Now said, until you pay that bond money, you went out there and played the fool in them streets and did whatever you did to get locked up. Because they ain't never tell us what he got locked up for, but you owe us for that bail money. So until you up my money, I'm going to have these dogs. You don't deserve the dogs anyway. And that's how I'm feeling, because $3,600 or $3,800, thank you, just simply, on the dog. What was wrong with the dog that we had to come up with $3,800 like this, like that? But it's the girl. I say, she is holding the dog for ransom. He was like, I want my dog back. And she like, I want my money back. And he was like, that's a trade. And she was like, $3,000 for the dog. And he was like, the dog cost $3,000, whatever it was. And she was like, I paid that just on his medicine. I'm like, sir, just go ahead and get them people their 6Gs back. If you got a dog, go ahead and talk to Chris behind her back or something, so he could get you the 6 racks, so you could get so you could get your dogs back. Because Nell said until you run her money, you ain't got no dogs. was like, no, ma'am. But before all of that, the sister was like, well, I don't really talk to nobody. And she tried to tell the brother, like, yo, they did you a favor. They did you a favor, like you tripping, son. And I was like, I'm glad, she didn't agree with her brother just to be agreeing with her brother. Like, nah, they did you. If you went out there and did something stupid, they could have let you sit up in there. And I feel like Nell probably let him sit up in there. I feel like Nell probably let him sit up in there for a few days because Fletcher, Fletcher, that's some bullshit. We're not going out there. He went out there and did that. And I could see Chris saying, we not going to let him sit. We not gonna let him sit. We gonna go get him. And they'll probably say, fine, Fletcher. Baby, when she holler, Fletcher, shut up at the table. I said, Nell is out of control. I said, Nell is out of control. Hey, Naturally, Ma, how are you? If I spend that much on the dog, that's not mine, then it's my dog until you pay me, okay? He better hope she don't sell the dogs. Yes, okay? It's Nell dog's dog. Chris can't help him on those dogs. Baby, when Nell hollers, Fletcher, shut up! Girl, the wig was shaking. I'm sorry. Y'all, I was tickled. I said, what is wrong with this lady? What is going on in this moment to provoke this reaction now? I said, what did we miss? And normally I would say it was dramatic for the cameras, but I feel like Nell be doing that all the time because the look on everybody's face at that table was like, here she go. See, this is why we should have stayed at home. Nobody face gave, but she was doing it for the cameras. Everybody face gave. Here she, man. See, why you didn't tell her? Like, if they have a group chat, I bet you they was in that group chat telling her, girl, why you didn't tell her that you had got a job, lost that job, and now you got another job? Because now we have to hear all of this. I bet that's how that group chat went. I bet that's how they group chat went. Baby, now, shut up, Fletcher. And that wig got to shake it. I said, baby, Jesus, help me, Lord. They was... like, I felt the look on their face, okay? The look on their face was like I saw it. I said, baby, Nell is a fool. And see, Nell, this right here is why them children don't come talk to you, because of this right here. They don't want to have to deal with this. That's why they're going to go talk to Fletcher. Hey, Nicole, my fave, how you doing, my love? We ain't getting a calm church sister no more, and we are not. Listen, cough up that money or the dogs are mine. I'll try to tell you. This is why she has no voice. It might be why she don't have no voice, baby. Because I'm like, oh, Lord. And then it went off with them, fussing and getting to it. And the daughter was telling Chris, you ain't been into my life. You start coming around my life since I was 28 years old. And Fletcher said, go to hell home. I said, oh, Fletcher, you didn't want that to come out on the camera, huh? Listen, let me tell y'all something. I enjoyed that scene with Chris, Nell, and them children. Baby, Tiffany can go. Kim and them can go. Listen, it wasn't until the episode was over and it was a couple of hours later and I was on Twitter where people were saying, we didn't even see the Scots, that I realized they wasn't on there. I need to know more about Nell, Chris, and these children. I am here for it. But I think I am here for it because it didn't seem contrived. Like in the moments they was having when that girl said, because I ain't want to hear your mouth, that was a very real answer. That was a very real answer. And I was like, ooh, that ain't one I would have ever said to my mama. But that's her. I still wouldn't even say that to my auntie. Now, my aunties, they'd be to hit me with the little girl, who you think you're talking to? And I'm about to be 40 years old, and they will still tell me that. But that was a very real moment because those thoughts be going through my head. Like, I ain't want to hear all of that fussing. But it came off like, that be their real life. Them children is really aggravated and sick of now. That's why they don't be calling her like that. Because they don't want to hear that foolishness that she be talking in that wig shake. But it definitely gave me that is their real life. That is what they be going through. And I am here for it. I don't know. What did y'all think about this episode? Drop down in the comments, y'all. Y'all talk to me. Talk to me. Yes, the real reality TV. I like the hey Kim, how are you? But other than that, child, I don't know. I high key want to just go ahead and start a little GoFundMe for the boy so he can pay them back and get their and get them dogs back. But I don't know. This is episode what 28, 29, 30, 52, 78. I don't know how many more episodes we got before this season is over. Cause don't they still have to go to Texas? Don't they still have to come here? Like when is that episode gonna happen, child? Because I just feel like we be watching them forever in the daytime. But I will say I enjoyed this episode more than I've enjoyed the past few episodes. So that was good to me. But other than that, I ain't really got nothing. I need more of the Fletchers, girl. I need more of the Fletchers too, baby. If now we ain't gonna be shaking like that, girl, I like it because they came on and they told their real moment. Even it was a decent episode. Yeah, it was. Even in the moment when Chris and Nell was in the club and they was dancing or whatever, and they're like, "This is my place. This is where I like to go." And even when they was sitting up there talking, and she said, you know, she now Roger that. Oh, if she put that on a t-shirt, oh, it's gonna go viral. Oh, and she was being messy with Fletcher, and they was sitting up there laughing. Like I really feel like they do that all the time. I did not get that they was putting on for the cameras. I feel like they really be sitting up there gossiping like that for real. Cause Mel is messy and Chris is messy. Just like that. They both messy. Carlos said he asked the Fletchers to join the show years ago, but Nell said no, girl, that might have been when they was going through that cheating. She might have didn't want to put that part on the camera. I don't know, because Mel give me Chris played grip ball when she found out he was cheating. She give me she had a skillet, a cast iron one, waiting on him. Tiffany and either Scott or 1.0 or 2.0 can leave. I think so. I think if we're not gonna get real stuff from Tisha and Muscle in regards to their life, their business, at this point, I don't even care about him and cheating, because even if somebody come out with a whole video, she's gonna say it's not him. So I mean, it is what it is. We are never gonna get any definitive proof about that. So I mean, and so ain't no point to keep bringing that up every year about him in an alleged affair. But if they're gonna show us like their real life, like when they had their dinner and they were sitting at the table and the son was like, "How you talk to women and look at women?" Like, yeah, it's some things going on that the kids are seeing in them homes that, I mean, you know, maybe they are not having those conversations. Maybe they are. I don't know. But if they are, I would like to see that more than the fake scenes that we be getting between them. And I'm so tired of hearing about Maurice not getting nothing. I don't even care. Like, I don't want to hear that. So if we're not gonna get nothing else from them, then yeah, I would love to see the Fletchers. I wonder what Chris going to say to Martel. Girl, Chris said, "Don't you talk to my damn wife like that." I am here for the Fletchers, but let me tell you what Chris need to do. Chris need to show up with the sheriff to put him out of that house. All while telling him, don't talk to his wife like that. And your wine was nasty. I don't know if that man wine nasty or not. I wasn't paying no $100 for no $300 bottle of wine you can get from Family Dollars. I'm tired of the pack that they have that Carlos is cool with, so they can go. Exactly. But with that being said, y'all, we got to continue and pick it up from next week with this episode of Chris and Nell and they turn. That could be a whole nother little segment, child. Carlos figure out what y'all got to pay them people to have them on a little bit more, along with their grown churn, so they could get a check. And that girl can make sure she can afford her daycare, okay, and she can keep a good job. But with that being said, y'all, that's it. That's all I got. I ain't got no more. It was a good episode. So we'll see what happens on next week. We'll be back. And I love y'all. Have a good Sunday. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your people, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I go live or post a video. I got to go and get ready for Patanka and Sweet Tea and Arnold Palmer. Okay, that's her sister down to Married to Medicine Wives. And with that being said, I will see y'all later. Bye.